Good morning, Divine Nurture family and friends. I just wanted to come to you for another great video. As you can see on the title, this video is going to be on, sorry, my nose ring. This video is going to be on your parent handbook. If you don't have one, I suggest that you get one made. You make it yourself. And these are just quick things that anybody should have in this type of environment, especially when meeting new people. I don't know your situation. You may have a high turnaround rate in your child care, or you may have a low turnaround rate. Regardless, people still need to be informed about you and what are your boundaries and expectations of them coming into your environment. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, we have story time for all your little ones, whether you're in a daycare or not. If you just want your kids to enjoy a nice story read by me, go on in and click on those links. So let's get into it. So what I want to go over today is basically some subtopics, I guess you would call them, of what you possibly might want to have in your parent handbook. These are the ones that I have in my handbook, so I'm just going to give you the topic, and then I'm going to just explain just a little bit of what that means and what you might want to have in that area. So for the first one is you're welcome. You want to welcome parents in. This is the area where I tell parents a little bit about myself, how long I've been doing this, and just so they could feel like they have a little clue of what I'm about. The second one is a mission. Your mission is basically something to express to a person what you're about. What is your kind of overall goal? Whenever I think of a mission and a vision, it's something that I'm able to explain to somebody who has no clue about what I'm about or my business, but it can kind of sum it up in a few sentences. Next is my goals. So I have in points my key goals of what I plan to succeed with having the home childcare. After that, I do have objectives. Mine is kind of detailed, but that's just who I am. Objectives are also things that go in a little bit more details of what those goals entail. Next, I do have a little note telling parents to really read things carefully, read your contracts and everything in its entirety, because at the end of my parent handbook, they do have to sign it. So I have a disclaimer first, and then, sorry, I'm looking back and forth because I can't remember everything, right? So I have a disclaimer, and then after that, I go into open door policy. I do have an open door policy, but it does come with clear instructions and boundaries. So I make it clear that if parents want to come in, they do need to inform me. They're welcome to check in on their kid. I have multiple things, I would say, where they can check in on their kid. I have an app that I use that I will make another video for, because it is really cool, and regardless if you're where I'm at, you'll still be able to use it. But my open door policy just lets them know that we are open to them checking in on their kids. However, if they want to volunteer and things like that, that does need to be scheduled. It's not like, oh, I could come in whenever I feel like it. And I do have clear times with that I ask that you don't come in, which is during nap time. Other than that, that's pretty much what that entails. Next, we go on to absences. I make it clear that if your kid's going to be absent, communication is key. I'm big on communication. I have lots of platforms that I use so parents can communicate with me. And so it's just, I create a space where there's no excuses, right? I also do have a time limit of where I ask parents not to drop off their kids after a certain time, because at the end of the day, my program is only from 8 to 3. So a lot of learning and things that is happening is done in the morning session. So if you're bringing your kid late just to eat lunch and take a nap, typically they're not going to take a nap because that means they probably slept in, and it just disrupts the flow. So, and I want your kid to learn when they're here at my facility, my home. Next is holidays, vacations, and closed days. So I go into detail, just kind of briefing major holidays that will be closed. And then this year I did a little different. I should make a video on that. I should. But I think I will. That'll be a short video too. But I'm thinking out loud, guys. Anywho, so it's a quick list of major holidays that they can surely expect that I will be closed, and how I do announce dates. So I do give my parents like the dates that I have off in advance. Next, I go into religious practices, just basically saying that we are Christians here and we do speak of Jesus Christ. After that, hours. I go into it, just express my hours of operation and just what that entails. It's like 2 sentences. After that, in red, I do payments. I do express in this area why they are important to follow. I express how if you are late, there is a $50 late fee, no exceptions, and I do express that if you have new bounce checks, what that will entail, and even if I am closed, paying parents are required to still pay to hold their spot. After that, enrollment. During this part, I kind of talk about like what is needed to enroll your kid, the papers that you'll need to fill out, immunizations, things like that. Next is pick up and drop off. This just lets you know, kind of really to enforce the whole pick up on time situation, and a late fee will be added. And if somebody is like, I don't mind paying a late fee, but I'm just going to keep doing this, then you're looking for maybe this is not the right environment for your kid. Let's see. Next is the influence of drugs and alcohol. That goes into letting parents know, don't pick up your kid drunk or high because they will not be released to you, whoever picks up, right? And the importance of it. Terminations is next, and I have 5 key things that fall under that, of how you can be in that category of getting terminated, right? After that, I go into nutrition, just discussing really quickly on how we have healthy, balanced meals here, fresh fruit and vegetables, and to help develop the minds of the young people. After that, under nutrition, I have the eating schedule. We do breakfast, AM snack, lunch, and PM snack. So I have 4 eating sessions. And then here's a large portion of my Parent Handbook, which goes into discipline and what I believe with discipline. And then I also have, I worked with one of my behavioral specialists, Dr. Zoe Bartholomew. We got to get her on here, guys. And she helped me put together basically stages of behavioral support. And so this breaks down, I should write down, sorry. This just breaks down the stages of what is happening when you're having a kid with behavioral issues, and what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and how you kind of have like a strike situation going on here that entails, like, I give you a verbal warning, we talk about it, we meet with her, or, you know, I give her information and things like that. And if nothing is still done, then, you know, it's not the right environment, and those precautions would be taken. I'm really big on, if I do get a kid who has who's disrupting the atmosphere of the environment with helping, not helping, but allowing the other kids not to be able to learn to their fullest capacity. That is something that is talked about as well. Gentlemen! Next, I have napping and resting times. This just goes in to let you know if you have an infant here, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, how long they nap, and how we take that very seriously with SIDS and everything else. After that, medications. And I do have forms that have to be filled out if a kid does need medication, and things like that. Illnesses, of course, is another big section, talking about, like, I do daily health checks, and if your kid has a fever, they have to stay out 24 hours without a fever, you know, things like that. So I do go in detail with that, and what is considered illness, not, because some people don't know. Custody orders. If you have a custody order, that's something that's discussed in the beginning. If it happened after they've been enrolled, it's still something to be discussed and put in their file. Also, I'm a mandated reporter, so I do report child abuse. So that, photography, we do take a lot of pictures here. I do have social media accounts, YouTube, where their kids may get posted, so they do sign off on that. Field trips and outings is next. I don't do any driving field trips, but we do outings. I have a park down the street from my house, and we do walk the block for exercise outside of the backyard. And then I go into just kind of what our daily activities represent and our daily schedule. And then after that, you're just consenting to this, and you sign off on it as the parent, and I do as well. And we date, and it goes in the kid's file. So to let you know that you kind of have a brief on everything of what I'm about and the importance of how I take this seriously. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash the like button and smash the subscribe button and share it with another friend. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.